What's really good, my bozos, bullies, babies, bad boys, brothers, and ho-ho-hos? Welcome to another episode of the Broadcast Boys Show, Holiday Edition. Now, I know you're probably sitting there wondering to yourself, Deuce, why the hell are you dressed up as Santa Claus in your own crib right now? And where the hell is Brody? Well, the good brother Brody, he's a particularly sick fuck today. I mean, the original plan was for me to be Santa, and then he told me to get him something that makes sense for him. So I was racking my brain and I found something pretty special. And although he won't be here to wear it, I wanted to share with y'all. Now this right here, this is what we call the Festival of Lights blazer. Something special. I think he would have killed it personally. But unfortunately, you know, he won't be wearing it this year, but Lucas he's with us in spirit. Get well soon, my boy, and happy Hanukkah. We're going to get today's podcast started with a little Santa Deuce's naughty and nice list from the NBA this season so far. Draymond Green, for assaulting European big men so many times that the league finally said, hey, maybe this guy needs some help. Naughty list. I'm sorry, I hate to do it to you. You know, I love Draymond, one of the engines behind the Warriors dynasty, but right now he's doing more harm than good. Except for punching Jordan Poole in the face. I mean, that was nice. That was almost enough to get you on the nice list. We got to give a shout out to the OKC Thunder. OKC finally getting their shit together after losing James Harden, Kevin Durant, then Russell Westbrook, and Paul George, if we threw in there. And fuck it, we're going to throw Uncle Melo in there too, because why not? OKC Thunder, them boys nice. Welcome to the nice list. Josh Giddey, not you though. The Detroit Pistons, a 24-game losing streak. They got 7 lottery picks on that goddamn team, and they've lost 24 straight games in a row. Naughty. Throw the whole franchise on the Yuletide log. Get them out of here. Unbelievable. Next up, Ja Morant, a 25-game suspension that was certainly deserved, solely off the fact of, like, how dumb can you fucking be, really, you know? But 25 games is 25 games. He sat down, and his team is well out of the playoff picture right now. And for that, you got to go on the naughty list. But that's 2023, because in 2024, Ja is coming. And finally, for Santa Deuce's naughty and nice list, we have to finish it off with LeBron James, because it wouldn't be a podcast if we didn't dedicate at least some time to talking about the king. LeBron James, who has been diagnosed with a chronic case of no chill, continues to dominate the basketball court after 20 seasons, just leading the Lakers to their first in-season tournament trophy. Do we really give a fuck about the in-season tournament? Absolutely not. But what gets LeBron James on the nice list, in true spirit of the season of giving, LeBron has been able to take their team all the way to the in-season tournament and get these end-of-the-bench bozos paid. I mean, doing the Lord's work, charitable work. You got to salute the king for that, and for that alone, at the very least. Also, not to mention, he hasn't missed a single one of Bryce O'Brien's games. I mean, this dude is an absolute monster at everything he does, including fatherhood. I really can't believe it. You know, the fact that we've got 20 years of Bron and more to come, truly a Christmas fucking miracle. And that's going to do it for Santa Deuce's naughty and nice list. But we're going to keep it going with the holiday spirit because I'm feeling good. You see I got the tree in the background here. I moved it from another part of my apartment because I thought it looked good in the back. And if I'm going to be wearing this ridiculous getup, although I kind of like the way the hair looks, I might as well go the extra mile, right? Christmas lights in the background. It's truly beginning to feel a lot like Christmas. I've been singing that shit nonstop the past few days. But yeah, I mean, holiday season is a great time. I know Brody, if he was here right now, he would say that I have it better because I celebrate Christmas, and to him, Hanukkah is just, it doesn't measure up. I mean, Hanukkah is great in its own right. I mean, look at the damn blazer. I'm sure he'll be wearing that next year. But Christmas is just a special time, man. And growing up here in New York City, you know, there's so many, I mean, there's a reason, right, that there's so many Christmas movies that take place in New York City. It's a special time of the year here. It feels very magical and weird. Like, I really, as much as I don't like some of the aspects that come with Christmas time in New York, I absolutely love it, and I really can't imagine a world without it. But just so you know, I'm not bullshitting. Holiday movie set in New York: Elf, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, Miracle on 34th Street with the good sister Matilda from back in the day. If you know, you know. What else? Ghostbusters 2. Is that even a Christmas movie? It's listed here. I don't care. Scrooged with Bill Murray way back in the day. Point is that New York is a special place around the holidays. You know what I mean? I mean, granted, we haven't gotten any snow, and it doesn't necessarily feel like the Christmas spirit. It doesn't feel like the Christmas holiday without some snow on the ground. But, you know, the world's burning and the world's ending, and we'll just have to get used to that, I guess. But, you know, that's not going to stop me from caroling all fucking night long all over Brooklyn, getting bricks thrown at me. But if I had to list some of my, because I mean, I'm going to go down the list of things that I had prepared to talk to Lucas about, and I'm just going to talk to y'all about it and talk to myself about it. And but for me, some of the best and worst things about growing up in New York City during the Christmas time, because, like, you know, I imagine most people who didn't grow in the city, like, had a very, like, you know, in my eyes, what a traditional Christmas looks like, with the backyard and the snow and the trees and the snowman and the snowball fight on the cul-de-sac with all the other kids your age, bullshit, whatever. Me, it was a little bit different. I mean, yeah, we had snow, and yeah, we played on the mountains of snow in the streets that were covered in black dirt and soot from the trucks that drove by. And we had the homies selling Christmas trees on every other block, you know, all for different prices. So you had to walk like a 5-block radius in order to make sure you got the right deal on the right tree, because some of them was wilding, but, you know, supply and demand, brother. Decorations around the city is cool. There's always something to do. You know what I mean? It's just, it's something about, like, that crisp winter air and you walking around all these tourist traps. I get why people come here. Now, I'm saying for me, I don't necessarily love that shit because there's too many tourists here and it's always packed in all the major arteries of the city, and I can't stand that shit. And, but ultimately, I just feel as though that is the one thing about Christmas in the city that is annoying for someone who, like, lives here. But other than that, man, it's really, really a special time. You know, holiday markets, they got them popping up all over the place. You could buy little knickknacks and whatever the fuck's for people that you care about. It's the season of giving. So people who are mad around this time, you know, obviously likely have reasons to be. You know, everyone's got things that they're going on and feelings that they feel around the holidays. But generally speaking, if, like, you know, if you got family and friends and everything's cool and you're just one of those people who's, like, not a holiday person, what the fuck's the matter with you? You know, there's the one time that you could just get together and show the people that you care about how much you love them by buying them expensive shit and making them feel like, damn, I got a new toy for the next 3 months to care about. It's a beautiful thing. That's what it's all about. And spending time and, you know, showing people that you love each other, whatever. That kind of shit matters too. But I don't know. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily feel like the holidays too much, even though I'm sitting here looking like this with my tree behind me and I'm feeling great. But no snow, it hurts. It hurts. I miss the days of having snow days as a kid. But, you know, it is what it is. And, damn, I was going to do a Christmas song draft with Brody. I don't even know how to do that anymore. But I guess, you know what I'll do? I'll give you my top 5 favorite Christmas songs around this holiday season. In no particular order, because I was really going to have a discussion with Luke, but now I'm just going to give you the ones that come off the top of my head. Now, the first one that comes to mind is an absolute fucking bop. I don't think anybody can say a bad thing about this song. But NSYNC, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. First of all, inclusive, right? For those who don't celebrate Christmas, those brothers at NSYNC say, you know what, Happy Holidays as well. We didn't forget about you. We love you, we care about you. You know what I mean? That right there. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday. That's what I mean, like, it just, I feel silly. I'm here by myself singing like that, but this is, it's real. That song right there is special. Matter of fact, let me expedite this process. Christmas songs. Okay. Oh, Little Drummer Boy? Angela from The Office loves that shit, and so do I. I mean, rum-pum-pum-pum. I mean, that's not a banger, but it's one of those ones that you hear, and if the snow is falling, it might bring a tear to your eye because it reminds you of that time when you was 8 years old and you got exactly what you wanted under the tree. Something special. What else? Oh, come on. Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. I'm not going to do any more singing because I feel like I'm getting annoying now. It's only my voice here today. But Jingle Bell Rock, something special. That's 3. Oh, got to do it for Breezy. This Christmas? Come on. In this Christmas. I can't hit those notes. That's Breezy, but you know the vibe. You get what I'm trying to say. Oh, rocking around the Christmas tree. That's, come on, man. That's 5 right there, and that's quick. That's off the top of my head, too. Because there are so many to go around, and there's so many that have, like, very specific and important meaning. That's how I relate to music, not just holiday music, but all music. I kind of think about when I've heard it in a movie before, and it reminds me of how I felt when I was watching that movie or that era of my life. That's kind of how I relate to music. But that's why I love as corny as Christmas music can be, and you really can only listen to it one time throughout the year, which is like the last 2 weeks of December, I would say. Any other time that you listen to Christmas music, you're like a weirdo go hard, and it's like, just chill out. There's plenty of other things to celebrate. Don't make Christmas your personality, okay? So I wanted to do a holiday bracket. Me and Brody love doing these brackets together, and I'm just going to run through these. I found a couple that I think will be great. All right, best holiday movie bracket. Let's get into it. Love Actually versus... I don't even know what that is. I'm going to choose Love Actually because I know that's a solid rom-com, and I don't do no fucking claymation. It's a Wonderful Life versus Santa Claus. It's a Wonderful Life is like how many fucking years old? That shit looks like it's from the 40s. That ain't doing nothing for me. But The Good Brother Tim Allen, a holiday fucking classic. Santa fell off his roof. He had to take over. Come on, man. Next, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman. I don't like neither of these really speak to me at all. But at the same time, Rudolph is a classic. And without Rudolph, would Santa have been able to get everyone's presents to them in time during that foggy night? I don't think so. I feel like he's more valuable to the squad than Frosty the Snowman, who looks like he's there he's getting high with the pipe. She's smoking loud. Yeah, nah, Frosty. You high during the holidays? Come on, sound like me. Next, Deck the Halls with Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick. That couldn't be more of a C-list movie that I've ever heard one. Versus Elf. Bro, that's LeBron versus fucking DJ Augustine in the post, bro. Here we go. Elf. Christmas Vacation versus Scrooged. I've heard too many things about Chevy Chase being a scumbag for me to choose him during the holiday season. Give me Bill Murray, beloved, as far as I know. Fred Claus versus Die Hard. People say Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, but, and everyone has different opinions on it. Die Hard happens during Christmas. There's snow. I'm pretty sure the party that everything goes down at is a Christmas holiday fucking office party. It's a Christmas movie. I'm not debating this with anybody. Give me my man John McClane. The Holiday versus Home Alone 2, New York. Now, The Holiday I know is a good little rom-com, and I do like the idea of seeing Jack Black getting with a baddie, Kate Winslet, for sure. That's nice. But Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, if you were a young boy growing up around that time and you lived in New York City, there wasn't shit cooler than seeing that dude in the hotel by himself, running around New York City by himself. Like, I seen the streets he was running around in, but my pops had me at his hip, right? So if I was able to be lost in there, eating pizza in the hotel room, wildin', special. It's a special time. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Easy. That's going pretty far. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's going far. Prancer or Santa Claus 2? Prancer. Who? No, thank you. Santa Claus 2. Let's get through this. We're going to get through this quick. Love Actually or the Santa Claus? Come on, man. Tim Allen. He stepped up to the plate when nobody else would. Rudolph or Elf? Once again, Elf is in a league of its fucking own. Come on, man. Prime Zoe Deschanel? Please, don't get me started. Scrooge versus Die Hard. I mean, Scrooge to me is more of a Christmas-focused movie for sure. I'll give it that. But I enjoy a good action thriller more than most, especially one that has holiday hints to it. Give me Die Hard. They call me Deuce Willis, where I'm from. Home Alone 2 and Santa Claus 2. Both elite. Both elite sequels. Give me Home Alone 2. Sorry, Tim. Gave you one. Santa Claus or Elf? Tough. Tough. Gotta go Elf, though. Gotta go Elf. Will Ferrell can't be beat. This shit is incredible. Buddy the Elf. I mean, that's like the basic answer. You ask any white girl you come across at a bar on the Bowery, they're going to tell you that their favorite holiday movie is Elf because that's their personality. And I respect it because it's not a bad choice. I'm a Jingle All the Way guy myself, but I doubt that'll be on this list. Die Hard or Home Alone 2. John McClane, you've come a long way. And they do call me Bruce Willis. But Young Money Mac, Lost in New York with the pigeon lady. Come on, man. Don't be stupid. Elf versus Home Alone 2. Both set in New York. Really, really tough. But if I'm keeping it a buck, one was more formative for me than the other in my life, personally. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. The Wet Bandits? Oh, look at that. Jingle All the Way is on this shit. Let's fucking go. Or The Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, people love The Nightmare Before Christmas, so I'm not going to talk bad on it. I just don't do that claymation bullshit. That ain't me. Jingle All the Way. Arnold Schwarzenegger and my man Sinbad in his greatest role ever. If you don't know about Sinbad, come on, do your homework, do your research. But yeah, Jingle All the Way is special. Turbo Man? Jim Carrey's The Grinch. I mean, I don't even give a shit. The man who invented Christmas? Who? I mean, fucking who? Give me The Grinch. I mean, Jim Carrey outdid himself there. Gremlins or Christmas with the Cranks? I've already given Tim Allen enough love on this list. I'm going to have to go Gremlins because, I mean, that's another one of them movies that's not really a Christmas movie, but it's set during Christmas, and it reminds me of the holidays because that's when I used to watch it. Give me Gremlins. And don't feed them brothers after midnight, I'll tell you that. A Charlie Brown Christmas or the Polar Express? I've actually never seen the Polar Express, even though they got some funny memes out of it. And Charlie Brown Christmas is a bona fide classic. I feel like I'd be disrespecting a lot of people if I went Polar Express over Charlie Brown Christmas. But I don't give a fuck. Polar Express! Just because the memes from that movie had me weak. Moving on. Jack Frost versus The Preacher's Wife. I mean, The Preacher's Wife was like one of my mom's favorite Christmas movies for sure. I mean, a young Denzel. Hubba hubba, am I right? Nah, but Jack Frost, Michael Keaton. What was the story of that movie? Michael Keaton was a harmonica player in a band who died on a road trip because he was driving in inclement weather, and then comes back as a snowman who teaches his son how to play hockey, and they take part in a snowball fight. I'm remembering all of this as it comes to me. The J Shot. Yeah, give me fucking Jack Frost. Get the fuck out of here. The Night Before and Four Christmases. I watched both. Neither of them are very memorable to me, but I remember The Night Before being way funnier. And yeah, Night Before was way funnier. And shout out to my man Jonah Hill with the Hanukkah sweater. One time for Brody again. Wherever you at, feel better. Jim Carrey's A Christmas Carol versus Home Alone. Again, Home Alone, it's a league of its own. It's going as far as it can go. A Christmas Story. Oh, A Christmas Story must have got the bye. Oh, it got the bye. Oh, it got the bye. Okay. That's fair. Damn, man, because A Christmas Story was on every single year. My man Ralphie just wanted the ratty. He just wanted the blicky so he could be cool with all his friends. And they had him in that, I remember the pajamas or the bunny suit they had him wearing. I mean, Jingle All the Way is my favorite Christmas movie of all time, though. So, sorry, Ralphie. Moving on. Grinch or Gremlins? Gremlins, you don't even really belong here, so we going Grinch because Grinch is, again, special. Polar Express or Jack Frost? Again, haven't seen the Polar Express. We going Jack Frost. The Night Before or Home Alone? Come on, son. Don't disrespect me. Home Alone. Jingle All the Way or the Grinch? I mean, this is my list. I mean, Brody could have came in here and he could have made some noise and helped this along and made it go a different way. But as much as I love Jim Carrey and the Grinch, I watch Jingle All the Way every year. You could always count on Turbo Man. Yeah, nah, that's it. Home Alone or Jack Frost? Home Alone. Come on, man. Home Alone or Jingle All the Way? It's Jingle All the Way. For me, Home Alone is way more of a classic, but how boring would it be if I had Home Alone going against Home Alone in the finale? We're going Jingle All the Way. Now, these two. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York versus Jingle All the Way. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad versus Joe Pesci and Mac Culkin, husband of Brenda Song. There's not a man in this world who I respect more than Mac Culkin right now. Oh, man. Fuck. I mean, I guess Bro, but the thing about it is, like, Home Alone 2 means a lot to me because it's in New York. But do y'all remember the final scene from Jingle All the Way? Where his son is running away from Sinbad, who's the villain, and he's dressed up as Turbo Man, and he's flying around. It's like an action movie. That was the MCU before the MCU. Jingle All the Way. I'm sorry. That's it for me. That's it. That's what it's got to be. Hold up. Jingle All the Way. The greatest holiday movie in my eyes. Your list might be different, but you're also a fucking bozo, and I don't care what you have to say. All right, Holiday Rumble Bracket. Which one of these Christmas bozos is coming out on top? In our first matchup, we got Kevin McAllister from Home Alone versus Ralphie from A Christmas Story. Now, both of these dudes got rifles, so they're both coming at each other bussin'. But the diabolical nature of how Macaulay Culkin took out two grown-ass men who were trying to break into his house, I don't think Ralphie got that kind of dog in him. I mean, he had to get really emotionally worked up just to take out his bully, which, you know, he really was like, he was two-piecing him for sure. But ultimately, I think Kevin McAllister, before Ralphie could get even that close, there's a booby trap somewhere for him. So we going Kev, Macaulay Culkin. Next up, I don't know either of these characters. Oh, but I think that's that Disney movie about the Jewish basketball team. So we're gonna go with that in honor of the good brother Luke. That one's for you, Luke. Bad Santa versus Arnold Schwarzenegger from Jingle All the Way. Now, this is a landslide. Now, we love Billy Bob and Bad Santa. That motherfucker is hilarious. But if you remember correctly, Arnold Schwarzenegger went to a warehouse full of Bad Santas just like him and whooped all their asses, including the one that looked like the Big Show. So, yeah, we going Arnold Schwarzenegger. Chevy Chase in Christmas Vacation versus John McClane in Die Hard. Bruh. John McClane, on Christmas, while fighting with his wife, was able to hide in the ducts of a building and take out terrorists to save Christmas? What the hell did Chevy Chase do? Give me John McClane. Macaulay Culkin, I'm not even going to talk about this because Macaulay Culkin versus the kid from the Jewish basketball team. I haven't seen that movie. I'm sure it's great. But who's fucking with Kevin McAllister? Especially on his home turf. Arnold Schwarzenegger versus John McClane. Once again, I have to lean with Arnold just simply because of the fact that John McClane doesn't really necessarily belong with all these Christmas characters. We're doing him a favor because we appreciate him and we're inviting him here. But it's really an Arnold Schwarzenegger type of situation. Now, Kevin versus Arnold. Oh, man. Arnold Schwarzenegger got the size advantage. Also, one hell of a right hook. You remember when he knocked out the reindeer and then was drinking beer with him after? Because sometimes you just need to rock somebody in order to get that mutual respect. But Kevin McAllister, Home Alone, what he did can't be ignored. He fought off home invaders. I mean, come on. Give me Macaulay Culkin. The Grinch versus homie from Nightmare Before Christmas. Once again, I don't do claymation. I don't. And my man Grinch was kind of a big body motherfucker, and he stole an entire holiday. So if you don't got respect for that, then I don't know what to tell you. Buddy the Elf versus Davey from 8 Crazy Nights. If you don't know about 8 Crazy Nights, that's one of the best Christmas movies ever. Adam Sandler really can't miss in my eyes. I really love Adam Sandler. But Buddy the Elf, I mean, sure, he's big body, but he might be too kind in nature in order to take out this guy who's just like constantly drunk, hates the holidays, pissed off at all times, one hell of an athlete if you remember the basketball scene, and also like lost his parents at a young age, definitely has some anger issues that he's going through. I feel like Buddy's coming from the North Pole where, yeah, he got the size advantage on a lot of the elves up there, but is he really, really putting in that work like Davey is in the offseason? I don't think so. We going Davey. Respectfully, of course. Next up, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer versus my man Mowgli from Gremlins. Not Mowgli. What was his name? Gremlins name. Gizmo. I'm tripping. Gizmo. Yeah, all right. So Gizmo versus Rudolph. I mean, Rudolph, I don't know if Rudolph got that dog in him like that because after midnight, Gizmo was on some different shit, especially if he gets the munchies. So yeah, sorry, Rudolph. We going Gizmo. All right, I don't know who the hell this is. Old man versus old man. I'm assuming one of them is. I'm assuming they're both Scrooge. They both got to be Scrooge. Who? Who? But Michael Caine. All right, I'm going with Alfred, just so I don't have to think about it. Oh, Grinch versus Davy. Adam Sandler versus Jim Carrey. Oh man. Yeah, nah, we going with the Grinch. He stole the whole holiday by himself with no help, and then gave it back when he was like, you know what, I'm tripping. Yeah, give me the Grinch. Gizmo versus Michael Caine. We're going Gizmo again. That's a. We don't care about that side of the bracket. Grinch versus Gizmo. Grinch. Kevin McAllister versus the Grinch. I mean, this is easy. Kevin McAllister pulls up to the Grinch's lair. He's having booby traps all over, set up for him. He can't even. Well, let me stop right there actually though, because both of these guys have a unique ability to like plan and execute very, very intricate plans in place. You know what I mean? I mean, Kevin's doing it from a much, much younger age. And the Grinch has been isolated his whole life. Like, where did he pick all that up? He just must be a genius. I mean, this could go either way. But on Christmas, I don't know. On Christmas, I don't know if there's anybody more diabolical than an 8-year-old blonde kid with access to a BB gun and old mobster movies. Yeah. Kevin McAllister for the win. He's fucking everybody up in the Christmas multiverse, and that's easy. That's light work for Kev. No problem. Now, it comes right after Christmas, right? Christmas is a beautiful time. We spend it with family, but maybe the most overrated holiday of all time comes directly after Christmas, which is New Year's Eve. And I say it's overrated not because it's not a fun night, because in the right setting with the right people can be a very, very fun night. But the expectations that go into every New Year's Eve is pretty devastating considering what actually happens that night, right? Like, who among us has ever planned a night to go out on New Year's and actually executed it to the point that you had the amount of fun that you thought you were going to have? Literally never. Especially when I was younger, I would consider we would buy tickets to clubs, or we would, you know, plan these like really big house parties, we rent out bars, like all this like cool, fun stuff. Ultimately, you know what it turns out being? Boring as fuck. And hard to get home. Fucking taking 2 hours to commute back and forth home. People tripping in the streets, acting a fool in the trains. When you can't get an Uber, you gotta take a train. And it's just, it's a pain in the ass. It's almost as annoying as motherfuckers really thinking that their New Year's resolution is gonna be something. Just something about the new year that just annoys me. I mean, I understand the fresh start and it's cool and, you know, it's nice to get together with people, but ultimately, I think it's a very, very overrated holiday, you know? And to the sick fucks that go to Times Square for New Year's, that shit is packed out every goddamn year. Who's going to that? And why? How is that fun? You're standing outside, freezing your ass off. Speaking of freezing, you're standing outside, freezing your fucking ass off. The ball drops, and then what? You're stuck in a mob for the next 3 hours? After standing there for probably 3 or 4 hours prior? Unbelievable. I don't really get it at all. But, like I said, it is a time for us to come up with new ways to make our year better in the next one. So right now, let's talk about our 2024 goals, right? At least I'll talk about mine. For the broadcast boys and for myself. For me, we've been stuck, for the broadcast boys, we've been stuck at 3.9 million followers for quite some time now. Now, we've kept up with our output. We've tried different types of stuff. We've started a podcast. We make all different types of content, both by ourselves and together. And, you know, our numbers are still pretty good and decent, and like I'm very happy with the direction where we're going, but we're really stuck in that 3.9 million on TikTok. And I really want to get over that 4 million follower hump. because being at 3.9 just doesn't sound as good. Because then you don't want to go tell people, like, oh, I got 4 million, because then you're lying. But you also don't want to say 3.9, you know? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But one of my goals is to make sure that the Broadcast Boys surpass 4 million followers on TikTok, 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I believe we're approaching 800,000 subscribers. And I want to get this podcast and its YouTube channel up to around 50,000 subscribers, which is double what we have right now, in the first 6 months of 2024. And I think that if we keep grinding, we keep doing things the way that we've been doing, try some new things as well, we'll be able to get there. I mean, you know, it's having this job. I mean, sitting here right now and having a serious conversation with you dressed as Santa Claus. I have a very fun job. I have a very silly job. I have a job that I am grateful for every single day. And going into this year, I want to make sure that I don't forget that. You know, 2023 was a year that found many, many ways to halt some of the progress I was trying to make as a person, also professionally, socially, and I just feel like 2023 was just like major speed bump, right? I was cruising for some time, and then 2023 came and kind of knocked me off course a little bit. So going into 2024, we need to make sure that, or I need to make sure that that don't happen, and that I continue to, you know, do what I got to do to be who I am, and to all of you guys, you know, making content, having fun with y'all, and providing you guys information, albeit the most useless information you could probably think of, but, you know, still having fun with it. And to keep going with that, some personal goals for me is that I want to start, building out some of my personal channels as well. You know, I know Brody has done a really good job of doing that. You know, keeping up with the Broadcast Boys and doing everything that we got to do here. And we have a lot of fun here doing this stuff. But he also has taken time to create his own lane and his own TikTok account and YouTube channel. And, you know, he's absolutely killing it, like I always knew that he could and would and will. And I want some of that myself, man. And I know that I'm capable, and it's just a matter of locking in and doing what I got to do, not only for Broadcast Boys, for myself as well. Just because, why not? You know what I mean? Utilize this platform that I have and this voice that I have, and the amount of people who on this app who fuck with me, both YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. If you rocking with me and you've been rocking with me, I just want to keep making y'all proud and keep doing things that, you know, help me just get to where I want to be in life and be able to provide for my family and just keep myself happy. You know what I mean? Because ain't shit better than working in a field that, like, you really, really enjoy. You know what I mean? And look forward to. You know, that's the goal. That's the goal for everybody. Like, that's what we should all strive for. You know what I mean? Again, I really can't. Every time I look in the camera, I can't take myself seriously with this fucking outfit on. But I don't care because I look damn good. I got the white Jack Harlow curls. Let's get it. But yeah, you know, I just want more success, more happiness in 2024, and you know that just starts with taking care of myself physically, taking care of myself professionally, you know, by doing my job and taking advantage of all the opportunities that are given to me, because I'm grateful for them every single time. You know, I often, you know, this is also really, it's funny because it's a time for, the end of the year is always a time for reflection, and to think about how just 4 years ago, right, I was at a completely different job. Absolutely nobody knew who I was, and I wasn't in any way, shape, or form doing what I'm doing now. So to be here, 4 years later, being able to talk with you guys, being able to build out what we've built out with my best friend, and to work with the people that I've worked with and experience the things that I've experienced, it's humbling, and I'm grateful. And maybe that's what the new year is all about. Reflecting and being grateful for the good things that have happened, and learning from the bad things that have happened, and taking that knowledge into the new year and doing things the right way. Again, this fucking costume. Whatever, man. I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday with your friends and your family. I hope that you are all happy, healthy, and wealthy. I hope that the new year brings you guys success. And I'm just happy to be here doing this for myself and for you guys. And I appreciate y'all, man. That's going to do it for this episode of the Broadcast Boys Show. I'm Deuce. Brody's not here, but we are the Broadcast Boys. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. All love, top to bottom. You already know what it is. Peace!